Isang pagbati na may ngiti sa aking mga labi. Naghahanap ba kayo ng makakatuwang sa pagre-review ng inyong anak? Meron yan sa DepEd. Ang ETUlay online tutorial ay libre at handog ng ating kagawaran sa pangunguna ng OUA ICTS EdTech. Ito ay isang proyektong makatutulong sa mga mag-aaral, katuwang ang mga magulang o kasama sa kani-kanilang tahanan para masagutan at maunawaan ang mga modules. Hangad din ng programang ETUlay ang matulungan ang ating mga guro sa kanilang mga blended learning classes. Ang ating ETUlay ay mula kinder hanggang senior high school. Bukod sa academics, meron din tayong mga special programs gaya ng All is Wellness, Reading and Math Remediation, Storytelling, Mommy Tech Talks, Classes sa Gramatika, Speech Class, Financial Literacy, at marami pang iba. Pinalawig din ng ETUlay ang ating Alive program para sa mga mag-aaral mula grade 1 hanggang grade 3. Gayon din ay mayroon tayong ALS program at SPED tutorials na makasisigurong makakamit ng lahat ang inclusive education. May SPED hotline na rin para sa inyong mga katanungan patungkol sa special education. Kaya, subaybayan mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, mula 9:00 ng umaga hanggang 7:00 ng gabi ang ating ETUlay. Sa ating pagtutulungan, maiaangat natin ang bawat isa. Ating itutulay ang pagkatuto upang di mapigil ang pag-aaral ng kabataang Pilipino. Itulay natin ito, sulong edukalidad.
Welcome to your ETUlay online tutorial program. Tayo ay naglakbay sa nakaraang semester na puno ng pagkatuto at paglago. Join us again as we welcome the second semester of the academic year 2021-2022 dito sa inyong klaseng ETUlay. Here are your new fantastic tutors at your service.
ETUlay ang gabay sa pagkatuto. ETUlay edukasyon itatawid sa'yo. ETUlay paaralan di lalayo sa'yo. ETUlay sa makabagong panahon. ETUlay para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Every Thursday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Huwag kayong mawawala. Ating patuloy na saliksikin ang hiwaga ng humanidades at agham panlipunan. Laging tandaan, ikaw ang best tuwing Huwebes.
Maling impormasyon, katotohanan nating ituro, paunlarin ang edukasyon. ETUlay ang gabay sa pagkatuto.
Mabuhay! Isang mapagpalang araw sa ating lahat. Ako ang inyong lingkod, Tutor Madge. Welcome sa ating ETUlay, ang ating libreng online tutorial na hatid ng ating kagawaran ng edukasyon, ICTS EdTech. Ang programang ito ay inaasahang makatutulong at maging karagdagang kaalaman sa mga mag-aaral mula kinder hanggang senior high school, ALS, Alive, at SPED learners. Bukod sa pagsagot ng mga modules, ang ETUlay ay may mga special programs din na siguradong aabangan ninyo araw-araw. Katuwang ang ating mga minamahal na mga magulang at guro ay maitutulay natin ang pagkatuto. Kaya, ihanda na ang inyong module, lapis, papel o kwaderno. Ihanda rin ang isip, mata at tenga sa isa na namang makabuluhang aralin. Tayo nang matuto kasama ang inyong volunteer online tutor sa oras na ito.
Alright, so isang yumstastic na hapon to our yumstastic cuties mula sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Welcome sa inyong DepEd ETUlay online tutorial program. Ito ay handog sa inyo ng Department of Education sa pangunguna ng Educational Technology Unit. At hayaan nyo kaming samahan kayo sa isang makabuluhang hapon na pag-aaral. Kaya naman, humanda at sumamang saliksikin ang hiwaga ng humanidades at agham panlipunan. Okay, so good afternoon to all of the cuties who are tuning in right now. And before we go through to our discussions for today's session, allow me to greet our principal, Bartolome Sanggalang National High School Principal, Dr. Evelyn S. Reyes, Principal 4, and our Assistant School Principal, Ma'am Perla Romano. Good afternoon po sa ating lahat at sa lahat ng mga cuties na nakasubaybay ngayon sa ating direct tutor A. Thank you so much for without her, hindi tayo magsasucceed sa pagla-live sa ating Facebook at saka sa YouTube. Okay, so welcome to our Module 2 for the Quarter 4. And our Module 2, Quarter 4, entitled Empowerment and Advocacy of a Community Action Initiative. But before we proceed, lagi niyo po kaming susukbaybayan. Kasama ko po dito ay ang ating direct tutor A from SDO Nueva Ecija, and of course, at your service every Thursday afternoon from 4 p.m. to 4:40 p.m. Ayan. So, before we proceed to our discussion, allow me to mention the 3 objectives of our topic for today. So at the end of this episode, the tutor should be able to define empowerment and advocacy in connection with community action, describe significance, importance of commitment and action in participatory development for community well-being. And the third is promote empowerment and advocacy of a specific community action. So those are the 3 objectives of our topics. Okay, so we would like to again, walang hanggang pasasalamat ang aming sasambitin sa DepEd Bataan for always lending us their module na nagawa. Dahil without these modules from DepEd Bataan, hindi po ganun magiging kasuccessful ng todo ang aming pagdidiscuss or pag-share sa inyo sapagkat sa kanila po lahat ng galing ng aming ginagamit ng mga modules. And for that, thank you DepEd Bataan. Okay? So again, we are already in our Module 2 for the Quarter 4 of our subject, Community Engagement, Solidarity, and Citizenship. And this module is entitled Empowerment and Advocacy of a Community Action Initiative. So, let's proceed to our discussion regarding this particular module. But, sabi nga, bago mag-proceed, kailangang malaman natin kung meron ba kayong mga konting natatandaan or natandaan sigurado or panigurado ang mga lessons na na-discuss ng ating napakagaling na tutor. Walang iba kundi si Tutor A. So let's proceed on the review of the previous lesson. So for the direction, allow me to read, draw the smiley if the statement is correct, and ang malungkot na emoticon if the sentence is incorrect. Okay, so I hope everybody will participate. So hello there to our tutor na laging sumusubaybay, Tutor Edson Mayorina Reyes. Hello, tutor, for always pagsubaybay sa aming episodes. And ganun din sa ating mga cuties from Bartolome, Sanggalang National High School. Thank you so much. And I hope you will participate in our review of the previous lesson. Okay, so let's proceed in our item number 1. So community actions must give members and leaders a voice in the community action. Is it a smiley emoticon or a sad or nahihirapang emoticon? So, ano kaya ang sagot sa ating katanungang item number 1? So, hinihintay ko ang inyong reaction habang naghihintay ako. Again, thank you so much for always tuning with us sa ating session. Ayan, at nakita ko nga, kauna-unahang sumagot ay si Sijin from Bartolome Sanggalang National High School. Tama kaya ang kanyang emoticon? Let's try to find out kung tama or mali. Okay, so you are definitely correct, si Jean, at halatang-halata na ikaw ay sumubaybay noong nakaraang session or nakaraang lesson. So let's proceed in item number 2. Human rights are acquired when a person reach the legal age. Ang human rights daw or karapatang pantao ay na-acquire lamang ba sa tuwing nare-reach ng isang tao ang kanyang legal age, the age of 18? Tama ba? So what's your answer? What's your emoticon for item or item number 2? So, again, laging nangunguna sa pagsagot si Jean. Good afternoon, Gerald Tubay. Jean, tignan natin kung tama ba ang inyong mga sagot. Okay, so that's a sad face. Congratulations sa lahat ng mga nakakuha ng correct emoticons. So let's proceed in item number 3. Okay. So, social equity is the fair access to opportunities in livelihood, education, and resources. Is it smiley or is it a sad face or nahihirapang face for question or article number 3? Okay, I'm waving and I am waiting for your response. Okay, so andito na ang unang sumagot, si Rod Granadoso. Rod Granadoso, got. Tignan natin kung ang kanyang answer ay smiley or sad face. Okay, so the correct answer is smiley or happy face. So therefore, everybody is correct. Those who mentioned or those who gave their answers are correct. Thank you. And item number 4, the objective of participatory development is to engage the marginalized group in programs and activities that will benefit them. Okay, so objective po kaya ng participatory development ay para ma-engage ang mga taong nasa laylayan or mga grupo na nasa laylayan na kung saan lahat ng programa ng tinatawag nating mga organizations ay magbe-benefit sa kanila. Is it smiley or a sad face? Okay, so I can see an answer here from Rodalyn Family Grito. Smiley. Let's check if it is correct or not. Okay, so it is correct. So smiley ang tamang sagot. And the last item, but not the least, sex is defined as the attitudes and feelings and behaviors that a given culture associated with the person's biological being. So, tama kaya na ang dinidefine natin dito ay ang salitang sex or ibang word ang ating dinidefine dito? Is it smiley or a sad face? And I can see answers or an answer dito sa ating item number 5. So let's check if it is. Yes, nakita ko ang sagot ni Jasmine Galicia Kapinpin. You are correct. as well as Rodalyn Family Grito, you are correct with your answers. Okay, so thank you so much for participating in our assessment. So let's proceed. I think pwede na tayong mag-proceed sa ating lesson, which is the yan. So I can see it na meron tayong konting problem na nakikita. Mukhang iba yata sa ka-excitedan ko ay iba yata yung aking na-feature na PowerPoint. Pero okay naman dito sa aking PowerPoint. Ayan. Ayan. Sorry, kapag po kasi nagla-live, medyo nadadala ng excitement. Ayan. Kaya ayan, nagkakaroon tayo ng konting lesson 2. Okay, lesson 2 of our module, lesson 1 of our module 2 is about the topic or the title of strategies of empowerment and advocacy of a community action initiative. So this is somehow a very good topic nowadays since we have a lot of community action initiative na nagkalat or maraming may mabubuting puso pa rin na gustong tumulong or maraming mga gustong itulong sa ating mga kapwa lalong-lalo na sa palagian nating mga nababanggit na mga communities na nasa laylayan or mga marginalized group or marginalized communities. So to start with, understanding advocacy of community action initiative or plan is vital for people to be empowered. So napakahalaga na malaman or maintindihan ng bawat tao sa isang community kung ano yung mga ibig sabihin or ang ibig sabihin ng mga tinatawag nating community action initiative, and as well as yung plan ng mga grupo, whether this is an NGO or a government na pwedeng mag-initiate or magbigay ng tulong sa bawat community na ninanais nilang matulungan. Communities all around the world are facing issues and problems that are needed to be resolved. Of course, lahat ng countries ay nakakaranas ng iba't ibang issues and problems na kailangan ay maintindihan or may makaintinding grupo or may mga mababait na puso na kailangan ay maresolba or matulungan sila sa kanilang mga dinaranas or mga nararanasang problema sa kanilang community. And it seems that every human being is seeking improvements in every aspect of human lives. Of course, lahat naman tayo ay nangangarap na somehow ay mabago or maiba yung takbo ng ating buhay na from a very down life ay sana ay maging ma-uplift ang uri ng pamumuhay na meron tayo or hindi man tayo sa ating kapwa o ang ating mga kapwa-tao na nangangailangan ng pag-care or pagtulong. They are seeking solutions to a certain issue or problem that community is facing. And in this regard, it is also reasonable that to say that the certain person who is embracing an advocacy is already also ready for empowerment, which is a vital in social change and improvement. So these groups or these groups are seeking for solutions and doing solutions for a certain issue na meron sa isang community. And in this regard, it is also reasonable na kailangan ay yung mga tutulungang community para sa pag-proceed sa advocacy ng isang grupo ay somehow dapat sila ay bukas palad, bukas kamay na tinatanggap kung ano man yung gustong itulong sa kanila ng mga grupo na gustong tumulong sa kanila. Somehow, it is vital in social change and improvement sapagkat ito ay napakahalaga na tinatanggap nila, nauunawaan nila kung ano yung gustong itulong sa kanila ng grupo na gustong tumulong sa kanila. Para saan? Para sa pagbabago or hindi man pagbabago, sa improvement ng buhay nila or sa kung anong meron sila in the present. Okay. So again, so let's try to identify or define the words that is or that are pwedeng ma-encounter sa ating lessons for today. So the first one here is the word empowerment. So ano nga ba yung salitang empowerment? So allow me to read the definition of the word empowerment. So empowerment is the act of giving somebody more control over their own life or the situation they are in, or giving somebody the power or authority to do something. So, napakadaling maintindihan pag sinabi kasing empowerment. You are somehow giving hope to somebody or someone na kaya niyang i-control or kayang-kaya niyang dalhin ang kanyang sariling estado or sariling buhay. Or kayang-kaya niyang i-handle regardless of any situation na pwede niyang maranasan or nararanasan niya sa kanyang buhay. And by that, by means of helping that person to empower himself or empower herself, ay nagkakaroon siya ng power din niya or ng katapangan niya or authority para gawin ang isang bagay para masabi niyang kayang-kaya kong gawin or i-perform ang isang bagay na dapat kong i-perform. So that's what we call empowerment. So to proceed with our next topic, how empowerment and community action related. So paano nga ba nagkakaroon ng ugnayan or ano ang ugnayan na meron between empowerment and community action? So in connection with the community action, mai-empower mo ang isang community, and by that, ang isang community ay gagawin ang mga bagay na gusto mong gawin or gagawin ang mga bagay or actions na gustong ipagawa ng isang grupo na tumutulong sa kanila. And by planning or by giving such plan para sa community or action plan para sa community na iyon, na may educate mo sila kung paano nila ito i-perform or may educate mo sila kung paano nila ito gagawin, then kung kaya mo nang i-discuss or kaya mong ibahagi sa kanila kung ano yung dapat na gawin, then there is empowerment to that community. Kakayanin nila sapagkat ikaw na grupo na tutulong sa kanila ay naibigyan mo sila or nabigyan mo sila ng sapat na lakas ng loob para i-perform ang isang action. And advocacy is somehow your support, the advice or yung tulong na pwede mong ibigay sa community or pwede mong ibigay sa tao na gusto mong ma-empower. In connection with community engagement also means attaining people empowerment. Of course, kapag naibigay mo yung advocacy mo sa kanila, naituro mo sa kanila, nabigyan mo sila ng tamang proseso kung paano gagawin yung advokasya mong itinuro sa kanila, therefore, matututo sila nito at alam na nilang gawin ang plano na ibinigay mo sa kanila, then they are relaxed or confident na kayang-kaya nilang gawin ang isang bagay. Or kapag nagawa nila ang isang bagay na pinlano mo or advokasya na itinuro mo sa kanila, therefore, maaari silang matulungan sapagkat ito ay makakapag-improve sa kanilang life or sa kanyang stand sa buhay. So what are those strategies of empowerment and advocacy in community action? We are using the lesson from HUBERMAN in the year of 2014. So first, secure is strong leadership. Kailangan na ang advokasya na gagawin mo ay ikaw bilang isang leader ng advocacy na ito ay may mga qualities na mga sumusunod. The will to serve. When I say the will to serve as a leader of a particular group or advokasya. Aside from that, you have the capacity to provide human resources and even infrastructure na kailangan ninyong magamit sa inyong advokasya. Pangatlo, your ability to gather and manage financial resources. And of course, the respect and support of the community. Gaya nga ng sinabi natin kanina, kasama ang community. Kailangan matanggap ng community kung ano yung advokasya at maintindihan ng community ang advokasya na gagawin mo sa kanilang lugar. And by that, kapag nalaman at naintindihan nila, makukuha mo panigurado ang kanilang respeto at suporta. Pangalawa, establish formal structure. Anak, hindi mo kayang mag-isa na gawin ang isang advokasya. Kailangan mo ng mga kasama or mga galamay para magawa ang isang advokasya. At ito ay yung tinatawag nating mga organizational charge. Kailangan nyo ng bylaws. Bakit nyo ba gagawin ang isang bagay or ang isang advocacy? Pangatlo, engage the stakeholders. So dahil hindi mo kayang mag-isa, kailangan makakuha ka, ma-engage mo yung iba't ibang grupo, ang gobyerno, local government man yan, or mga private na organization man yan, at ang community of course, kailangan mo silang ma-engage para doon sa advocacy na gagawin natin or gagawin mo. Conduct a needs assessment. So, hindi tayo magkakandak ng isang plano or advocacy na wala namang dumaang survey or evaluation kung ano talaga ang mga importanteng pangangailangan ng isang community na gusto nating tulungan. So, the results of the survey then guide your future action. Pangatlo, it's the fifth one, create a strategic plan. Develop a strategic plan na nalilay out lahat na mga gagawin mo or lahat ng mga objectives na gusto mong ma-attain or makuha. Because your strategic plan will structure ang magbubuo sa mga nasa isip mo lamang na plano. At ang mga planong ito ay dapat na nakatuon sa changes na pwedeng mangyari sa isang community or sa taong tutulungan mo, and by that somehow will empower the people or will empower the community that you are helping. So those are what we call the strategies of empowerment and advocacy of community action initiative. And next lesson, our lesson 3 is about the importance of commitment and action in participatory development. So let's proceed. All of the above stated concept must be incorporated with commitment and action. Thus, in this lesson, we are going to tackle about the importance of commitment and action in participatory development. So in here, we are going to discuss or talk about kung gaano ba kaimportante ang commitment at ang action. Hindi lang kasi pwedeng commitment lang, kailangan meron kang kilos or gawa in participatory development. So what is then participatory development? So the definition says here, it generally aims to engage the marginalized in development projects which are designed and initiated for their own benefit. So these are what we call engaging the marginalized group in the development of your project or in the development of your advocacy para sa kanila or para sa community na iyong tutulungan. So who are those stakeholders in participatory developments? We have here, of course, number 1, the general public. The government, if they are going to give help to your advocacy or to your plans. Representative assemblies, the civil society organization or the CSOs, private sectors, and even, of course, important is are the donors and international financial institution. And those are the people involved in participatory development. So we have here 4 forms of participatory development. So number 1 here is the passive participation. So pag sinabi nating passive, guys, participation is at the minimum. So the stakeholders are just informed about the plans, and people just participate by being told what is going to happen or has already happened. So dito, last lang yung participation ng ating mga stakeholders. So ang meron lang dito, papaalam nila yung project, yung progress ng project, and kung ito ba ay ginagawa na or ito ba ay nagawa na or na-perform na. So next is the participation by collaboration. So stakeholders with predetermined goals participates during the discussion, analysis, and decision making. So in here, ang kailangan lamang na magpa-participate dito na ay yung mga tao may kinalaman sa pagpaplano, sa pag-analyze ng plan na gagawin sa isang community. And of course, they are more in the decision making. Okay? Pangatlo, pang-apat ay ang empowerment participation. So empowerment participation is, of course, the stakeholders actively participate. So gaya ng sinabi natin kanina, hindi lamang commitment ang kailangan at the end ay meron din tayong action na gagawin. Active participation is empowerment participation, wherein stakeholders are considered co-equal partners with the external experts. So as we can see, lahat ng mga nandyan sa picture na or graphics na nakikita ninyo, nandyan na yung mga community na tinutulungan, yung mga taong nagsagawa ng plano, at yung mga taong bumuo ng plano or yung grupo na bumuo ng plano. So, allow me to give to you or to leave to you a particular saying from Don Ward: enthusiasm is contagious, starts an epidemic. So, kung ang COVID-19 ay pandemic, sa enthusiasm naman, kailangan na ito ay maibahagi, isiwalat, sapagkat kapag ikaw ay nag-start ng iyong enthusiasm at naibigay mo ito or naitanghal mo ito or naibahagi mo ito sa ibang tao, it is contagious, nakakahawa. So, why not start an epidemic? Ayan. So, those are the lessons that we had for today's session. Strategies of empowerment and advocacy of community action initiative, and the forms of participatory development. Okay, so let's proceed into the assessment. Let's try to see if you have something in your mind na naiwan galing sa discussion na nagawa natin sa ngayon. Hello, Tutor Janine Santos. Hello po. Okay, so for item number 1, so empowerment is the act of giving somebody more control over their own life. Is it a smiley or a sad face? So let's try to see kung andito pa, present pa kaya ang ating mga cuties na nandito ngayon. Special mention to IZ Rebeliosa from 10 Marcos, from Dr. Pablito B. Mendoza National High School. Hello, hello, hello. Okay? Andito pa kaya ang ating mga cuties? How about Karen Calderon? How about Sijin? Okay, so I can see an answer here. Sijin answered a sad face. So let's check if it is a smiley or sad. Si Jin. Okay. Okay, marami ding nakakuha ng mga correct answer, correct smiley. Special mention to Leslie Ninya Reboltan. You are correct. Because the answer is empowerment is the act of giving somebody more control over their own life. Second item, advocacy is the situation wherein somebody is giving the power or authority to do something. Ito ba advocacy or another term? Okay, so I can see a perfect answer. Rod Granadoso commented the sad face. Okay, thank you so much for your response. Third, Leaders should possess only one of these characteristics. So nakikita naman natin na ang sagot ay na-reveal na. So tama. Tama kung may sumagot ng kanyang sad face. Leaders should possess all of the following characteristics: the will to serve, the capacity to provide, financial stability, and the ability to gather and manage financial resources, and the respect and support of the community. And the fourth item, the objective of participatory development is to engage the marginalized group in programs and activities that will benefit them. Smiley kaya ito or sad face kaya ito? Tignan natin kung merong mga magko-comment. So, number 4, answered by Sijen first. It's Smiley. Let's check if her answer is correct, as well as Rana May Baldube and Jovelyn Gamurot Hapon or Japon. Okay, so you are all correct with your answers. And last but not the least item number 5, stakeholders are not important in the success of community action plan. Hindi ba sila mahalaga? Ang mga stakeholders ba ay hindi mahalaga para sa success ng isang community action plan? For number 5, it is sad face. Yes, you are definitely correct. So, thank you so much, dear cuties, sapagkat hindi nyo ako iniwan. Kayo ay patuloy na nag-participate hanggang sa dulo. At yan naman ay labis namin ikinatutuwa bilang online tutors. Pinapahanga nyo ako sa inyong ginawa. And with that, dito po nagtatapos ang ating session for today para sa ating ikalawang linggo ng quarter 4. And I do hope that I will be seeing you again for the next week episode. At patuloy nyo kaming sinusubaybayan sa Humanities and Social Sciences from 4 p.m. hanggang sa pagpapatuloy ng iba't ibang subject. At lagi niyong tatandaan, ang ating subject ay tinatalakay sa araw ng Huwebes from 4 to 4:40 p.m. Kasama ko dyan ang ating tutor direct na si Tutor A. Thank you so much for your comments and suggestions. You may email us at edtech@deped.gov.ph. Ito ang inyong tutor Amor na laging nagsasabing, patuloy lang tayong mangarap. Okay, so dahil guys, cuties, ikaw ang best sa araw ng Huwebes. Bye! I hope to see you again for next week.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!